Y'all let me know.
Go ahead.
Ready? Let's get it.
Scotch, bourbon, and rye, yeah, we on that whiskey. Wanna discuss an array of topics, conversation simply. Gonna drop your whiskey bars with the sip hitting for. Could you pass it? You want more? Another glass, let it flow. Steady pour. Steady pour. Yeah, a steady pour. A steady pour of growing, a steady pour of sharing, a steady pour of knowing. Now pass that Glencairn. So pull up a chair, grab a glass, and enjoy a melanin-infused perspective with a whiskey twist. Yeah, yeah, a steady pour.
Uh-oh! Here we come, y'all! Here we come! We here! Welcome to another episode of a Steady Pour Podcast. I'm your pour coach, Drew.
Calvin.
Tony, what's up?
Thaddeus, what it do? And we are your co-hosts, and we're excited to be here to do another whiskey review. Did we actually give this like a segment? Are we gonna call this like, you know, your quick whiskey reviews? Or we're still trying to see how quick we can actually.
Trial by fire.
We're trying to figure it out.
We still
Nothing is really like stuck.
Right.
We'll look back on this day and we're like, oh yeah, this is when we started.
Help us find the name. If you think of something. Give us some ideas.
Please.
Something other than a steady review.
You might know something.
You know,
Actually, when you say it out loud,
Steady review.
We just figured it out.
when it hits your ears,
Think about it some more.
a steady pourette.
You said that before, I think.
did.
Yeah, I think it was
Still not
universal.
I don't
bro.
think I liked it
No,
before.
it's-
universally panned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
Wow.
it before. I remember.
Steady pourette.
It just
I don't know
doesn't.
why that. Yeah, why did they come back again?
I don't know.
Why
man.
did
You,
it just-
you wanted to test it live. What it might hit different on the mic. He was like,
Nah, that silence spoke enough. But no, we're excited to actually get into these this review because we have somebody new that we haven't reviewed before on the podcast. Did we review the podcast? I don't think we reviewed them on the podcast.
we tried them a lot, but we haven't tried them.
We haven't even
have we?
reviewed this
I don't
area
know.
of the U.S. on the podcast.
But
We have in a sample pack,
yes, we had. Yes, we
one
definitely had.
Garrison Brothers.
Gary, yeah.
Okay.
Which I was going to say is the only
Yeah,
other
that's right.
Texas whiskey really I've messed
Right.
with.
Right.
There's another, well, that we've probably had on the pod. There's
That we had
another
on the pod,
one.
yeah.
Wasn't there like another called TX or something like that?
That sounds familiar.
Something like
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. But
So many
what
whiskeys
we
out
have, so we mentioned the other brand except for the one that we're actually reviewing, and that is Still Austin.
Yeah. Still Austin.
So we have Still Austin here to review. We actually have a single barrel pick, cast strength, and then we also have what I've been hearing a lot in the streets about. They call this Tanager.
Tanager, yep.
Interesting.
And so one's a bourbon, one's a rye.
Blend of bourbons, yep.
Okay, so
On
the
the,
Tanager is a blended bourbon, and then we have for the Still Austin cast strength, we have a rye.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to get into this. Do you guys like? Is it just me, or you've been hearing a lot about Still Austin?
They've been blowing up.
They have definitely been moving up the charts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they've been also doing this. What was that marketing?
Oh, yeah.
Thing that worked because it was all over the whiskey Instagram and TikTok and whatnot.
Did you guys hear about that?
No.
So basically, they had a day where you could come fill up whatever bottle you have, not Still Austin. I think they were trying to have it be Kentucky. bottles, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, your BTAC bottle that's empty, you would go there, fill that up with Still Austin.
Still Austin. But you couldn't
So
bring
it's like to fill your own.
I got you.
And it was like $5 or so. It was like super cheap. It was, you know, it's not even about the money of doing it. I think it was kind of like,
Right. Just try our product, basically.
Yeah.
screw you, Kentucky.
Well, it was
we're Texas.
it was their way. It
That's
was
kind of how they did it, though.
But you couldn't bring a Still Austin bottle that you already had.
I mean,
It
you
was-
could, but why?
Why? The whole point is to fill it up with
I
something
don't know.
else.
I just had an empty one. I like it so much.
Darius is like, I'm a purist. I only want to fill it in Still Austin bottle.
Nah,
it was their version of the South got something to say.
Right,
That's pretty much
exactly.
what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
dope.
I think it went pretty viral. And I think
I think they ran
it had
into
a
a
purpose.
little snafu. Like, they couldn't do it inside of the distillery or something like that, like bringing in.
You mean like legally?
Legally, yeah.
I got you.
But it's still, people still went home with still Austin whiskey in their bottles somehow. So. But it's a cool. It's to me, it's a cool. It's a cool marketing idea.
It's definitely
right?
a cool concept.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty dope.
So.
Well, so we're gonna actually see if their juice is as good as their marketing.
Nice.
And so, which one do we want to start with first?
I just want to start with the little bottle.
The baby bottle.
Yeah, the cigar batch.
Baby bottle.
Which one is higher proof?
I think
The cigar
rye.
batch is lower proof. Cigar batch is 106
Oh
proof.
yeah, this is 115.4. So
right.
not off by that.
All right.
That's the cigar batch, isn't it?
No,
No,
this is
that's
rye.
the Nancy's pick,
this is
the
the straight.
cast strength rye.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
I think
so
we should go
the
with the non-cash strength first.
so the cigar batch is a blend of bourbon. So it's 13% white corn bourbon, 27% red corn bourbon, and 60% blue corn bourbon.
Oh,
So it's a blend of like all these different corn varietals that they do, and
Right.
they kind of turned it into a cigar blend.
Sounds sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, some cigar blends have been pretty popular, right?
I was just talking
Yeah.
to Tony about that. Yeah, I don't think I've tried many, but I know you mentioned at least 2 of them that we had in the past.
Yeah.
Cigar blends are essentially just stuff that's going to have a bold enough flavor to handle smoking a cigar
Right.
with, essentially. So, is there any rhyme or reason as to what people call a cigar blend?
Not that I've heard of.
So
I don't think
like
there's
small
a
batch or like
No.
any of the other things where they just kind of
I think
this is what we feel like would hold up.
right.
yeah. It's not, yeah. It's I think it's just something that they put on
Marketing.
Yeah.
Just marketing.
I think
There's
every
no science behind it.
Yeah, every place has their own version of what they think a cigar blend should be. Like I think the probably the biggest cigar blend that where they've done multiple versions is the Joseph Magnus cigar blend.
That's probably the one I've definitely heard
Yeah.
the most of.
And what's interesting about that is the blender now for Still Austin, Nancy Fraley, is the one who did those as well. So she had a hand in this. So
All right.
it's kind of like how she became popular. I think was creating that.
It's all coming together.
Yeah. So
Cigar lady.
Let's get right into it.
The nose is nice.
Yeah, the nose is.
yeah. Any particular notes coming up?
Kind of creme brulee.
I was gonna say some pastry sweetness on it, but also like a kind of like a spice laden pastry.
I'm getting more like a frosted cheese Danish.
Okay.
The one that's like right there on the top in the middle. See that one? Like that?
It's got to be that specific one.
Yeah.
No,
not that
don't
one.
grab that one.
No,
Yeah,
right,
no,
yeah,
no,
right
give me
there.
the one right
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, right there.
But I'm getting that
Nice.
like that toasted top to it.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they took that one. You know how when you go into to Starbucks and they're like, "Would you like this warmed up?" Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And they throw that in the convection for a little bit. That's what I'm getting.
I'm getting like jelly or jam or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very, very sweet.
All right. Let's go in.
I don't wanna.
It holds up on the flavor,
Yeah.
and it is pretty sweet. Kind of dries the palate out.
Yeah. I agree with that.
It almost gives me that sensation. You know, we've had a lot of like wine barrel finished ones that tend to dry the palate out. This kind of has that on that back end. Doesn't have that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has. It does, but without that wine.
Yeah,
kind of
what
flavor
I-
to it.
right.
But the same effect of it.
Yes. Yes. I'm getting the effect without necessarily the same
I hear
flavor.
exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hey, front forward.
Getting some more. It almost has like the effect of like a high rye bourbon with the spices that you're getting in there. Maybe that's a blend of all the different
All the corn.
all the corns. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's just kind of like that's an effect of that, but it's good. It doesn't it's not an overwhelming punch or anything like that, but it just kind of gives it a little bit more complexity and bite
Very
to it.
short, very, very, very subtle hint of spice there.
On it,
Back
yeah.
end, right. Like, I get what you're saying.
You remember
But-
that Jep the Creed? They used that Bloody Butcher.
Bloody Butcher, yeah.
I'm
Some similar
kind of
notes.
Similar.
Okay.
Similar.
Was that a cigar batch as well? Do you remember?
I don't
think so, right?
I don't think they advertise it as it.
Yeah.
Is there an age statement on this at all? Do you know?
I'm not seeing an age statement on the website.
So if there's no age statement, that means it's what, at minimum, was it?
I think everything is definitely over 4 years with them. But I've seen that they have some picks at 5 and 6.
This one says at least 3 years.
3,
That's the
right,
one over there,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's good though.
The flavor for me is not as potent as the aroma. I think
Yeah.
I was getting a lot more sweetness or notes on the aroma. On the taste, I'm getting some more spice. I'm getting some spice and there's sweetness there. It's not a long finish. I'm not getting a long
No.
finish. So you know that cheese Danish I was seeing and smelling.
Not there.
You know there wasn't enough cheese in the Danish.
It was the bottom one at the top one.
That sweetness.
Pick the wrong one.
I picked the wrong one today.
But I am enjoying it though.
Yeah.
No, it's not bad.
And I can see it pairing with a cigar. You know, you kind of get like a light cigar or something like that, and you get a little bit of the spice in this.
Because
and then-
cigars, would it add flavor to this tasting? Is that what it's supposed to do? Because I'm not a cigar guy, obviously.
I don't think any of us are really.
I've
experts in
never done
that.
it. Don't have a desire to do it.
I think it's
but-
supposed to kind of pair, maybe enhance some of the taste that you're getting. You know,
I'm
you-
curious if cigar finish are less. I don't know. Have a less finish or are less complex because they have that cigar pair. Depending on the cigar to bring out more flavors of the bourbon. Is that kind of, you get what I'm saying?
Well, I think, and this is just the little I know of cigar batches. I think the whole point was to suggest that the flavors were bold enough to hold up against a cigar.
Okay.
But what you're suggesting is that it would blend really well with a cigar. But one, that's kind of hard to say because much like whiskeys, cigars come in a very wide range of shit.
Yeah, I've seen reviews and I'm like, what?
And to be honest, I think, because I heard you say it was very front forward.
Yes.
I definitely get that. I get all the flavor right in the front, and then it just kind of falls off. But then there's this lingering note or two that kind of rides out a little bit.
Yeah.
So like I could see you being able to enjoy this with a cigar, but I think depending on the cigar, most cigars I think would kind of muscle it out.
Overpower this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Tony, how much of a pour are you giving this?
Ooh. I do like it. I'm definitely not mad at it. I'm trying to like parse away because this bottle is heavily hyped and like everyone in the world. I know. I'm
What
just
do
saying
you
like.
enjoy? What
So
do
I'm just trying to go off of my notes, not off of like what do I think of it as far as to how it has been
hype.
received in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with the like 3.5.
Okay.
Not mad at it. I don't think it rises to, an excellent status or anything like that. I think it's very good. I don't know if maybe sitting with it a little bit more, I'd like it even more. But I think it's got enough. I really love the nose. Off rip, I feel like the nose, is the best part of it to me. But that's not saying that the taste and finish is bad either. It just didn't quite do what I wanted to do on the rest of it. So, but solid 3.5 I think is a good
much
score
hype.
for it.
So the nose got you hyped up.
The nose got me really
kind of
hyped.
got
Yeah.
disappointed in the.
You got to go in with a blind's eye.
Yeah, but it's solid. I feel like if I had a bottle of it, maybe sitting with it, letting it open up and linger out, I think it could go up for sure.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, 3.5.
Darius, how much of a pour are you giving this?
I'm just gonna go straight 2.5 for me.
Ooh.
It was
Okay.
decent. I think I agree with Tony. The aroma was the best part, and then the flavor was. The first taste was just a burst, and I was like, "Oh, this is great!" And then it was just like, boom! It was like just gone. And there was a little bit of a linger there. And then the second pour, the third one were like, less flavor. So for me, it was just kind of like not hitting the notes too well. But the one note it hit was decent enough. But it was just like, it was just okay. The Tone's point, like it was hyped up. So I was kind of like, this might be really, really good. And it was just like, it was okay. It was decent. Not bad.
For myself, let's see, how much of a pour am I going to give this? So I guess I was struggling because there's like the names of the rating system that we give it, but then there's also just the level of where you would from 1 to 5, right? So I would not want to mix this with anything.
I was going to say that too. I was going to say maybe a cigar might go well with it, but I don't think I would put it in the cocktail. But
I don't know. I think you could do a old fashioned with that.
You think so?
I mean, sure you could do.
you could do it.
I think it would be tasty.
Okay.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I guess what I'm saying is like, I wouldn't prefer to do that over sipping it neat. You know.
Gotcha.
So, but you know, I am a little mad at it. So that's why I'm like stuck. So I think I'm gonna give it a solid 3. I'll give it a solid 3. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. And to Tone's point, I agree. On the nose, I was getting a lot of good aromas. The sweetness, it was very like prevalent in terms of that baking pastry, that sweetness, that frosting. You know, some of you got some of the traditional bourbon notes in there, but it was very inviting. You know, and then when you take the sip, it was like it wasn't there. You know what I mean? It was like it wasn't
Mid,
Yeah.
As the kids say.
as the youngsters would say.
You know, if I had a little bit more, I would try to see if I could pull out some more flavors.
Yeah.
But yeah, initially I'll say just 3.
Okay.
Cal?
Yeah, I keep kind of going back and forth. I think the sweetness for me did carry over from the nose, and that was the part of the nose that I really enjoyed, because it gave me, there was a depth to the sweetness where it didn't feel like it was that surface area or like they threw sugar on top. You know what I mean? And then when you tasted it, I got a decent amount of that sweetness, but I was hoping to get other things with it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think I'm gonna go with just a solid 3 also.
Nice.
All right, cool. Shall we get to this cast strength?
There.
Yeah.
All right, we got the Still Austin cast strength rye poured up. Darius, you looking excited over there?
Oh, you know I'm excited.
And this is this specific pick that Nancy Fraley did. So I think she does a couple picks a year. Basically, I think it's one in the spring and one in the fall. And they sent us this bottle out, so we appreciate that.
What was her nickname?
The Nose.
Nancy the Nose?
The
Nancy the
Nose.
Nose.
Okay.
Shout out to Nancy. Shout out to the nose.
There he is.
I mean, that is a
Okay.
good nose.
Yeah,
Actually,
it is.
nose. I mean,
So far,
I
both,
think
that
yeah, both
nickname is
noses.
both products have good noses.
Any
That
specific?
neck pour got a good
Oh,
nose.
Joe.
give me that neck.
Chill out, bro.
Trying to breathe on that neck.
What?
I don't know.
You are wild.
Cut that out.
Can I? I can also keep it.
Anybody getting any specific notes?
This is nice.
There is something, and I can't put my finger on it. It smells delightful.
I smell a hint of amberana in here. Is that just
I
me?
kind of do too.
Yeah.
Like it's very, very subtle.
It's
not
very-
it's
yeah,
like very,
almost-
very like
almost
just like,
licorice-y.
just hiding out there.
I get that.
Licorice. I get that. Get some cinnamon.
So what were you getting, Darius?
Huh?
Where you getting on the nose?
Sorry, that scared me. I'm getting a hint of amberana on the nose,
Okay.
followed by some cinnamon, some kind of sweet. I think the tone's point licorice kind of there, but the amberana just kind of caught me off guard. Where it's like, is it finished in anything, or is it just straight rye? Right?
I think I saw it's 100%.
100%. Yeah.
Right.
It's 100% rye.
Yeah, that's what it says back there. 100% rye.
No, this is a nice nose. This
Yeah,
is
it's nice.
This is delightful.
I'm nervous now because I really want.
Yeah, follow through, right?
Yeah.
Aged at least 3 years.
Okay.
That's all the only details we get on it.
Let me see.
Does that mean
see, this
it's
is right
multiple
100%
bottles or multiple batches that were blended together?
I don't know about that.
So on the nose, I'm still getting a pastry.
Okay.
In this case, this is actually like a carrot cake with like cinnamon, brown sugar, vanilla frosting, and it also has carrot shavings on the top. Because I'm getting that like, it's like a nutritional values happening. It's nutritional values hitting.
I got fiber on the palate.
Food pyramid.
It is,
It's a nutritional value.
the complexity on the nose is there.
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
enjoying it.
Yeah, it's nice.
I just hope it's not.
I feel like it's gonna follow through.
I'm nervous. I
I'm
want
almost
this to
confident.
be real delicious.
I'm willing to bet everything on it.
All right, I'm going in.
Uh-oh.
How much were you betting, Darius? Yo, you said?
Oh,
Man
what was
down.
that?
Man
What was that?
down.
It just went down. I was so excited.
WMD.
I'm actually getting the carrot cake on the flavor. If I could just catch my breath real quick.
Sorry, guys. I need a moment alone, real quick.
I feel you on that.
I see why you say amberana, though. I don't think it quite.
Not as
Goes
strong
to
as
that for me,
No,
yeah.
no, not at all. Like not how we're used to it. To
But,
going, but
you know, that cinnamon toast crunch kind of feel that you get on some of those amberanas. Yeah, I mean, so I guess should I get
yeah,
the
just go
notes?
for it. Go
All
for it.
right.
Go for it.
I didn't really say much on the nose. I kind of agree with you guys on some of it. You kind of get it. You're like, is this an amberana? You kind of get that like feeling on it. And carrot cake, that really stood out to me. I was getting kind of a like ginger beer, like earthy tone to it, like funky, super funky nose in a good way. And I'm getting all that. I'm getting all that on the taste. And the finish is, I wouldn't say like crazy long, but long enough to you're still getting all those notes kind of riding out. So
Yeah, I get you.
this is really tasty.
Yeah. What's your pour, Don?
Support tone.
I'm gonna say 3.75. Definitely not mad at it. The only reason I'm not saying a 4 or above is I'm still trying to figure it out. It's like I know I like it, but I'm like
It's perplexing.
Yeah, I'm like, do I like it 4 above? I don't know.
I agree.
Could. I'm still like in that judgment phase, but I know it's good for sure. So.
Yeah.
Kyle, how much of a pour and what notes are you getting out of it? Not in that order.
I mean, if you could, I guess. I don't know. Go for it.
All right, the nose. I'm definitely getting that like birch beer kind of amberani. It's in the background, but because that smell and that flavor is so strong that in the background still is kind of like there. Mm-hmm. On the palate, I'm getting a lot of the spice. You definitely get a lot of the rye on the palate. I'm still getting some of those earthy, but I like when you said the ginger beer. This is probably go really good with ginger beer.
Can you imagine?
But I'm getting. I wouldn't say it was necessarily a long finish. It's weird because so you get a lot of the rye spice, and it comes through at a pretty high volume, and it's like someone just turns the volume down.
Yeah.
Doesn't turn it off, because it does ride out pretty long, but just turns it way down, and it's just that spicy note that just kind of keeps the palate tingling for a while.
Spider sense.
All right. So how much of a pour are you giving this?
I am gonna give this a 3.25.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Nice. Darius.
Yes, after I almost died trying to taste this, but before, I think it went down too fast. But I did get the initial flavor. To Drew's point, he was speaking about the carrot cake. I actually got a lot of that on the initial taste, more than I got on the nose, and it was very nice. And I get hit with that rye that I like, but to Kyle's point, it's not lingering the way I'm used to, that I like. It's kind of short. But it's still nice. Like, it's nice at what it does. Like the flavor follows through on the nose very nicely. But not my favorite rye. So I would probably go about 3.5, 3.75. I'm just gonna go 3.5 for me. 3.5. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Cool. So again, nose, very inviting. I was enjoying it very much. On the taste, not as much as I was enjoying it on the nose, but I was still enjoying it.
Yeah.
And so the notes that I was getting, I guess it was similar to what I was getting on the nose, which was the cinnamon, brown sugar, carrot cake, carrot shavings, some vanilla. But I was getting that on the palate, but it was muted. And then, to your point, the finish was shorter than I would probably have liked. And there was complexity on the front end where it was getting those flavors, but it didn't carry through also on the finish. It kind of just hit a one note, and then it fell off. So for me, I think I'm going to give it 3.25. Give it 3.25, yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, there you have it.
Yes.
Still awesome. That was pretty good.
Good stuff. That's some stuff.
And just want to say shout out to them for giving us this bottle, man. That's awesome.
That's
right?
love.
I mean,
Right.
send it out to us.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. Appreciate the love.
That might have to add a 0.25 to
Yeah. Oh, there you go. And the Tanager sample also, man. Shout out to Lou, Annapolis Whiskey Club, man.
All right.
Lou.
Appreciate
The
it.
sample's out, so it's awesome.
So let us know what you guys think is still awesome. Did you guys get a chance to taste the Tanager? Did it meet up to the hype that's going on out there, or perhaps was it more on par with what we were reviewing and we said here? So, and if there's any other picks that you guys had or any other still awesomes, definitely send it our way.
Absolutely, we won't turn it down.
Yes.
No.
All right, deuces. Till next time.
Peace.
Well, that concludes this episode of a Steady Pour podcast. Make sure you follow